Greetings and gyros, this is Sensei Gyros. We are day 3 on the Javelin AG-915 Javelin test flight. Today with me is Camila. Camila is my flight engineer and is the one who's going to help me with the checklist and some notes that we're doing to compensate, to understand the machine and to do it right for the manuals and all the things that we need to understand first before we put it in the market. So today the conditions are interesting because we want to have a crosswind, 10 knots crosswind. That's what we need to check. The bags in my bag, they're all just volume. We have more or less like 15 kilos of weight, but it's just volume. They're not like super heavy. There is only volume. And then we're gonna keep working with heavy loads. It's just for this particular flight, we're gonna do it with kind of lightweight to understand some power settings. We always gonna do it with heavy weight, almost full maximum takeoff weight, because this is the way you test it later. You asked me a lot of questions about that. We will address that questions. All right. So let's start with the checklist, please.
So before start checklist.
Correct.
Parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Front hitch. Close.
Alright, we have the front hatch is closed, doors closed, secure. Alright, now it's closed and secure. And we check the inspection doors are closed.
Chairs and chairs.
Alright, you need to talk louder. There we go. Seat belts and chairs. Chairs are secure. Seatbelt fastened, and we're good. Check.
Covers and rotor pocket.
Covers and rotor pockets are removed.
Rotor brake strap.
Rotor brake strap full forward and set.
Rotation handle.
Rotation handle is full in.
Throttle.
Throttle is idle.
Perfect.
So before start checklist is complete.
Alright.
Alright. Starting engine. So in this moment, again, we're gonna shut down the radio, not to overload the battery, and you will see our mouths moving, but we're doing the checklist.
Okay.
Engine starting procedure.
Engines.
Parking brake.
Set.
Master key.
Master key is on.
MSIS.
MSIS is on.
Start master switch.
Star master switch on.
Circuit brakes switches.
1 and 2 on.
Fuel pumps.
Go to on. 1 on. Fuel pressure rising. 2 on. Fly pressure rising. Fuel pressure rising. And 3.2 green. Complete.
Magnetos.
1 and 2 on. On and on.
Proper area.
Alright. Touch me, whoa! This is clear prop.
And we're back. Alright, before starting, engine is complete. Engine is at 1,700, so it's in between parameters. Oil pressure rise is green, and fuel pressure is stable, 3.4. Now we have to wait until the oil temperature, right? So after start, so engine start procedures checklist is complete. Let's go to after start. Alright, take off, and okay, we're gonna keep it this way. We have time, meanwhile we warm up the engine. Do you have some questions, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So why do we need the test flights?
So the test flights is the process to understand the machine, to understand all the things that we need to fix after the assemble. Normally the tail needs a little bit adjustment, the rotor in this case is needing adjustment. It's going to be next week, all the rotor part. First we need to make sure that the machine is flying perfectly fine. That's the main thing. As soon as we get everything flying in a perfect condition, today we're flying without the roll trim. We need to reset the roll trim for this particular machine. So for sure we're going to have some vibration on the rotor because it's still not set. And we need to push to the left. All right, so it's going to be my hand Sometimes we can. We will see, because in this particular one, and we want to take some notes. We need to know your weight, the weight of the small ballast that we have, the amount of fuel. We have 58 gallons on the 58 liters. Sorry, 58 liters on the indicator, plus 5. Plus 5 is the emergency. We don't never count those 5 liters. All right. So we have those plus 5. Temperature is pretty low. We're standby for the QNH. I can just go to the known QNH. There we go. That's low pressure. Known QNH is 700 feet. So this is what we do. First, we need to understand the machine. This is good. This is bad. We need to correct this, correct that. So when the customer take the machine and build it, he don't have to struggle with things that he don't know. We know what to do if this is not working, if this is working. So this is exactly what we're doing with the test flights.
This is exactly to what needs to be done for every single machine.
Every single machine required, not, for example, for the other models that we have, the short ones, the AG-915 Spartan and the two configuration, we have the short one. We know that machine. It's been flying for a while. So we know what to do, how to set it. We make a flight, and if it's a kit in the United States for experimental amateur, when you build a kit, you have a protocol. So do this, do that, and we know everything. This machine in particular, it flew before, but now that we redesigned, we changed some things. We found some things that we need to change, and it's not working. It's not practical. So this is what we're doing. This machine requires more test flight. That's because we're doing that, and we're doing everything on camera. So everybody that now you're watching this video, you can see what we're doing here. That is very important. It's very important for us, for you, to understand what we're doing here.
How long do you expect to test it?
Right now we're finishing the first phase of flights with success, because the machine is flying good, it's really stable. We know what we need to fix is kind of the ergonomics on the rotation and the throttle. The trims also need some small adjustment. The rotor strap also need to be reconfigured a little bit. It's easy, it's nice, but we need to reconfigure some things just to use one hand. It's easy, I know what to do. But in the meantime, I think 5 hours right now that we have. And the next week another 5 to 10 hours just to make sure that everything is running smooth, so we can put it on the market before that.
Okay.
All right, so we are 33 on the oil temperature. We need to wait. I'm pretty sure. So the takeoff will be interesting.
The oil temperature is so low because of the temperature.
Yes, and additionally we need to have the turbo. That is this small turbine sucking air to inject it to the system. It's mounted on bearings, and really precise bearings. If I accelerate or decelerate and the oil is not right in the point of viscosity, it kind of damage this thing. It's very delicate because it goes really hot, really fast. It's really fast. It's moving really fast. So it have to be right in the point so you can operate it without a problem. If the viscosity is too high, it's not good for the performance. If it's too low, that means too hot, it will start like making some friction inside. So the engineers for many years, they know exactly, so tell you, play with the engine when you have 50 degrees Celsius on the oil. And the same when we land, we have to wait until the turbo stops. Because if we shut down the engine too fast, the oil pressure that is lubricating the system stop. So the turbine keep rolling without the butter. Let's put it this way, so that it may damage. So when we land, for example, if we are going to a small field, all right, with friends that we landed, we're already there, we need to wait at least a couple minutes just to cool down the turbo, or the turbos, the turn, the spin on the turbo, just cool down a little bit.
What are the flight conditions today?
So the flight conditions will be interesting. We have a low ceiling, good visibility, low temperature. We have 2 degrees Celsius. The wind is cross, so this is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do in with no too much weight, so we understand it will be more difficult, and then we just fly with the weight. We're going to do 2 flights with the engineer on board today, so that's the idea. I choose her because the oil is heavier than her. So that make things way more easier for me than bringing one of the big engineers or the big mechanics that we have here that they're big and they're heavy. In my case, I'm kind of the perfect pilot because I'm also pretty. I'm short. I'm not light. But I'm short, so I can fit inside the cabin. It's easier.
So
It's kind of a universal size, but
we weigh more or less the same.
yeah, but your weight is. I mean, the oil is heavier than you for sure. So let's continue to the procedures. I want you to take a couple notes about what we're doing today. Notes here. So we are taking off on a crosswind operation today. It's going to be crosswind operation. And so it's 50, 54, 70 on me, and let's say 15 in the back because they're full of. They're not heavy. It's just the volume for you to understand. You guys, they're watching this video. For you to understand the amount of things that you can put in the bag. That's kind of the game changer on this machine that you actually can do. So let's put 15. We waited yesterday and it gave us like between 15, but we put a couple more things to make it more poofy. So I'm not cheating. It's just poofy. It's not heavy. But yesterday we did the test and they were pretty heavy and it goes well. All right, ready to taxi. So let's do the taxi. Only the taxi, the first part, until the takeoff. Before the takeoff.
Taxi procedure. Navi and strap landing lights.
All right, not applied. We don't have in this one.
Radio.
Radio is on 119.3. That is Piotrkov radio.
Transporter.
Transponder with not applied. We don't have.
Taxi area.
Taxi area looks clear.
Parking brake.
Parking brake remove.
Throttle.
Throttle, if we need it, is idle still, and the taxi speed will be walking, a human walking. That's more or less what it is. All right, let's contact the guys.
Parking brake.
Is holding.
Line up.
Line up, check.
Light controls.
Light controls are check.
Cycle control.
Cycle control is check.
Throttle.
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 Throttle is idle and pre-rotation is engaged.
The pre-rotation is engaged. Rotor RPM.
Increasing. Wait. Oh, now it's increasing.
Throttle again.
Throttle standby for give you the push.
200 rotors RPM.
All right, we're going for 200, 60.
Mieliśmy około 22 węzły, 300 kierunek.
100. With 100 RPM, we can give a little bit of throttle. So we just keep moving.
Okej, to latamy na Z.
All right, 180, 90, and 200. So there's gonna be a kind of weird takeoff. You see, it takes more time because the wind is coming from the back. And now we're gonna do some crab angle.
Martoni, 16 Matot Radio, number 1, report on final. Report, final, Barcelona 60.
Make the note that line A again give us a flash.
But it gave just for a while, or you reset.
The line A give us a flash again. Alright, as you see, we need to keep it to the wind, so I keep the ball, this ball, in the middle. The way to keep the ball in the middle is with the pedals. So if the ball goes to the right, you put the pedal to the right. Alright, and also put a note that the vertical speed indicator is not working really good. Alright, after takeoff checklist. Gonna trim this baby. So we're gonna need a little bit more of right trim, pitch trim. There we go. Now we got it.
After takeoff, cruise.
Yeah, correct.
Above 500 feet.
500 feet.
Fuel pump.
Fuel pump, we're gonna keep both on. I still don't trust in those pumps.
Landing lights.
Landing lights not applied, but they go off.
Trims.
Trims are set right now, and we don't have roll trim until we just switch. But as you see, it's a very stable machine. I want you to see this. There is a little bit of right pedal, because of the wind. We're having a lot of wind. We're turning. Gyrocopter 1 Gyroplane Bravo Lima is in left downwind 21.
Bravo Lima, PR number 2, report on final.
Contact on final, Bravo Lima, Gyroplane. You see, it's not bad. I mean, I really like it's the control, and we still have a little bit of yaw on the tail. So it's turning us to the, you see, if I don't do anything, she tends to go, yeah, go to the left. But it's also because we have a really strong wind, so we will try to do it headwind. Because right now it's like the wind's pushing the tail to that side, so.
You were reporting the wind.
Recording?
Reporting.
They report the wind for the takeoff only. So yeah, we're gonna need way more. Anyway, because the wind is coming in this direction and we have a lot of surface here, it tends to put the machine always through the wind. Yeah. Gonna make a short base here. Gyroplane Bravo Lima is gonna make a short base for a 2-1 touch and go.
Bravo Lima, to clear your cockpit, report final.
Contact final, touch and go, Bravo Lima.
And at the present time you are number 1.
So you see, she tends to go to the wind. Now we're gonna let her go to the wind and see what happens. If she keeps spinning, it's because we need to address the tail more. But if she kind of stop, yeah, you see, she goes to the wind and kind of stay. But still, they need a little bit more.
Tail adjustment.
Yeah. So we need to adjust the tail. But this is a test flight, guys. This is exactly what is happening in a test flight. But there is small things that we need to put more angle on the tail, so you don't need to fly with the pedals all the time. All right, before we get to a final, always you check. It's like going to an intersection with a car. Every time you turn, you look like there is no one coming. And Gyrocopter radio, Gyroplane, Bravo Lima is 20 final to 1 to touch and go.
Bravo Lima, please touch and go, runway 2.
Alright, high rate descent. So we're gonna do a weird takeoff because it's crosswind. So we're gonna come to the runway.
Lima, downwind, runway 21. Totally 6 Lima number 2.
And always with the hand in the throttle, because in crosswind the aircraft behave a little bit weird. You see? So this is a little bit of crab angle here.
Going to left much more.
Yeah, the idea is to hold it, and at the end we just decrap with the pedals. You saw what I did? Just at the end, you put the nose straight. So now, because there is a lot of crosswind and it's kind of, push it. So we're gonna go full power again. We're gonna check the line. If it's this thing, and you keep it straight, and she goes.
And
Just make another note about the vertical speed indicator is not working good.
I put it away.
There's no way we're like 100 feet per minute. This is no way. So we need to check with the navigation later. So just put the note that vertical speed indicator, not proper indication.
I have it.
Say again?
I have it.
Now I can hear you. I forgot to put the noise reduction. You hear me good?
Yes, I hear you.
Yes, I hear you.
Do you remember how many RPMs the warning line A was lighting?
It was always at full speed as soon as 5,000, above 5,500. So the good news about the rotor is this is kind of a normal feedback that you have when you fly a gyro. But as soon as I grab it with my hand, I still feel some beep, 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 beep. This is the thing that we need to address.
Peskov radio, Barcelona 6 Lima, final runway 21.
Alright, there's a guy in the final. Remember, always scanning your area, always looking outside. Because you don't know that it's somebody getting in or something without the radio.
Was the wind, right?
Yeah, or the wind or the pedals. Good. We have really good pedals in this machine.
Nice.
Yeah, the maneuverability of the AG-915 series or all these versions is actually higher than other models with only one tail, because we have two tails pushing.
How to unblock this?
It's already unblocked and you need to remove this.
Yeah, I'm the photographer.
You're a photographer, engineer, model,
Everything.
supply line director,
Multitasking.
host on the Gyroplane Quest. Hey, if you're watching this, follow the Gyroplane Quest. I'm trying to teach her how to fly. What happened? You're recording? I thought that you were like in panic.
No, I'm doing photo. No, not yet panic. I think you would need to do something more dangerous to
To panic you?
panic